Hi, and welcome to the second in a series of Pixie 4 tutorials. Today we're going to talk about images, backgrounds, texts, and so on. So let's start by looking at when we open up Pixie. If we're in Paint, we have all of our Paint tools here. But today we want to start by looking in our library of pictures. I was already doing a search here. I'm going to click on that Home button. And this will take me to my files of pictures. This is my H drive. That's where the pictures on my computer will live. We're going to start with backgrounds. If I double click on backgrounds, I have some other topics to choose from. I will open Community, and I think I will use the barn. So I can either double click on the picture of the barn, or I can click and drag, and this becomes my background. Well, I need an animal to put in here, so I am going to look for a cow. And when I type cow in the search bar below, it will start populating with different pictures of cows. This is only 2. You can see it's still searching. I like this one, so I'm just going to click and drag it here. With the boxes around it, I can resize my cow and put it near the barn. And let's say I want a horse to play with my cow. And we'll start searching for that. Again, it's going to continue searching. There are more there are more horses in there, as well as more cows. I'm going to resize my horse to make it a little bit bigger in relation to my cow. I have other things that I can do with it. If I click on options while I have a picture highlighted, I have a couple of things I can do. I want to flip this one around so that my horse and my cow can talk to each other. I can also rotate, make the picture larger or smaller from here. So I can manipulate this picture in a few different ways. I can also turn it ever so slightly if I want to, using this tool. Well, that would be it for the pictures. There is a large library, but remember, you can also use pictures from your computer, pictures that you've saved. I'm going to come back to my Paint tools. I'm going to click on Text. By clicking on Text, it opens up a text box, and I just have to start typing. And this is a Pixie, and it's not in a good place, it's not a good size. While I'm in this mode, I can adjust the font. I can use this to adjust the font size. And once I click out of it, and I can move it around. Again, more very common text tools. I can center my text. And then there are some less common ones. I can put a little shadow behind it. I can show it with writing lines. And I can make it into a bubble. Well, that's a pretty big bubble. I'm going to adjust the size of that and bring it down. So I can have my horse or my cow talking about Pixie. Just that a little bit. I'm going to show you one other thing you can do with words in Pixie. One of the things about Pixie is I can add additional pages. I'm going to add a new page here. I'm going to go back to my library, and I am going to look for oranges. See that it's thinking. Again, it's going to keep populating. Right now I like that particular picture of oranges. I am going to make it quite large. What I'm going to do is turn this picture into a text. To do that, I bring in the picture that I want to use as the background onto a blank page, and I glue it in place. That means I can't move this anymore. if I come into text, and now I'm going to type oranges, and I need to use a text style that is going to be quite wide. So I'm going to use Arial Black, and I'm going to make that pretty big enough to fit the page. I'm going to place it right on top of the image. Now if you look down here in the lower right, you can see this is called the cool words. When I click on that, it takes away everything from the picture except the letters. And I can use that as part of my Pixie page. I can be doing a report on oranges. Come back to my paint. Maybe do background fill by using the paint can. And there you go. I can start my report on oranges. So that is our lesson for the day. We had backgrounds, images, we put in text, turned it into a balloon, we added a new page, and we used our Cool Words tool. Thank you, and come back for your next installment of the Pixie 4 tutorials.